Hello folks, Triple T Cat here, another sort of update on my ED exploration journey. I'm actually on my way back to populated space now, having had enough for one voyage. I like exploring, but it can get really exhausting because there's no sort of variety, you know. There's no variety in activities when you're out so far away from the bubble. Really, I mean, it's helped a little bit by planetary landings actually, because at least now break the monotony with a few landings. But yeah, I'm on my way back. I got to about 4.5 thousand light years away from Sol. I was the first person to discover a few neutron stars, so that's kind of cool. Neutron stars are cool. Glad that I got to get first discovered tag on a couple of those, or I will once I hand in my my trait data. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to be landing on this ringed high metal content world that is about 2 G's gravity at the surface. So this is only the second time I've landed on a planet with rings on it, so I thought that would be cool just to show. This is pretty cool. And it's also going to be the highest G planet I've ever landed on at 2 G's, which is pretty substantial. Definitely, like, there are much heavier planets you can land on in Horizons, but most of the bodies you encounter are going to be, you know, a fraction of Earth's gravity, not nearly twice Earth's gravity. So I'm a little bit nervous actually, because high G landings can be dangerous, and I'm carrying many millions of credits worth of exploration data at this point. Several days worth of effort getting all the way out here. So hopefully this doesn't go badly for us. I wouldn't be doing this if I thought it was super dangerous. I previously landed on a 1.1 G world, and that was fine. Like, that didn't even make me nervous in the slightest. I mean, it made me a little bit nervous to try, because that was at the time the highest G's I'd landed on. I was like, but that was completely fine. I wouldn't be worried about this at all, but I have quite weak thrusters on my ASP. I think it's probably going to be fine. I think I'm probably worried about nothing, but you never know. It's just, I figure the risk is really low. It'd just be so catastrophically bad for me if something were to happen this far out with so much data. That would be really deeply upsetting. I'm gonna go down and check out these really bright colored, these are probably canyons. It's probably like a canyon system. I'm gonna go check this out. We'll see if we can find a POI out here. I'm still like 4.2. I'm still a bit more than 4,000 light years away from Sol, I think. Maybe within 4,000 now. So I got a long way to head back yet. It's gonna be a while before I see how much money I earned, which is one of the most exciting parts of exploration. It's not the most exciting part. The most exciting part is, of course, finding cool and exciting and interesting systems. But seeing how much money you earned is always pretty cool. Yeah, this is sweet. It's really cool landing on planets with ring systems too. It's all cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's so cool. Just use the word cool more. Alright, let's see what we can find. We'll probably be able to find some kind of POI down here. I mean, assuming we don't crash into the ground and kill ourselves. I don't think that's likely. I wouldn't be doing this if I thought that was likely. Suicide is not the goal of this mission. Alright, here we go. Nice and low. Yeah, we're gonna be being kind of careful. So right now, yeah, we're under 1.9798 G. We're heading towards being under 2 G's of gravity, which is quite a lot. Oh, hey, it's like there's like fog in this valley. It's like a green mist. I thought that was like the ground color, but now that I get lower, it's starting to seem like it's like a green fog down there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So how are we doing? Like, how are my thrusters doing at counteracting? Yeah, like, I'm not falling or anything, so my thrusters are able to handle this no problem. That's good. Still want to be a little bit careful that we don't go too fast as we head down towards the surface here. I'm gonna land inside this valley. Wow. I'm gonna take a screenshot. It's really, actually I'm gonna take a nicer screenshot because this is just a really stunning sort of angle. Don't worry, I zeroed my throttle before I went into this mode. My ship is not going to crash into the ground while I'm positioning for this screenshot. Let's scale like back a little bit. Try and get more of the ship in like. Yeah, that's a good angle. That looks nice. Yeah, wow, this is pretty cool. This is a cool place, as it turns out. I like the green fog. I'm going to see if we can find a point of interest, obviously, because points of interest are generally the more interesting things you tend to find on the planet's surface, strangely enough. So we're going to keep our altitude up for the time being, so we can fly around and see if we can find ourselves some interesting things. Despite being super far away from the bubble, it's generally, yeah, we got a couple there already. Are either of these going to be inside? I really want to land in this valley canyon system, whatever. So hopefully, at least one of these is going to be inside. That looks like it's going to be. Oh, it might be in there. Let's turn around so we're actually facing it. No, it's going to be on the more raised parts. Let's ignore that particular point of interest. Head on over towards the one in this direction. We are falling a little bit when I turn side on like this, because your horizontal thrusters are not as adept at counteracting the gravity as your vertical thrusters are. The horizontal thrusters are a bit weaker, so when you turn side on, you do start. In fact, we're just falling. Yeah, we're doing okay. We actually do need to be a little bit careful here. We're too low to see POI now, so I gotta gain some altitude. It really is a much different feeling flying in a high G environment compared to a low G one, which is cool. It gives I don't know, it's just nice to have these kind of different feels happening. That's also not going to be inside these valleys. I'm gonna fly, unless I can just see it from up here. No, that's not it. That's just the ground. I think I see something way off in the distance in front of us, but I don't think it must just be the terrain. I don't think POIs draw when you're that far away. We're gonna get a little bit higher up here again. Gotta keep an eye on that altimeter. We want to be around 2 kilometers. Is a good height to be at if you're looking for POIs. I think they're sort of most clearly visible between like 1.8 and 3 kilometers or something. They start to fade out and they disappear around 1.5 kilometers off of your radar. We got a wide expanse of this canyon. I bet we'll find a POI inside here before too long. We can fly down and check out what that green mist looks like from inside. It's apparently quite thin, because you can see like the stuff off in the distance. We can really see the green color, but once we're directly over it, yeah, it's very, very thin. Whatever it is. I had a lot of fun on this exploration trip. I'm thinking I'm going to do like an exploration guide kind of series of videos where I talk about how to explore good in ED. Although I'm not like the most accomplished explorer in the game, I think I got a pretty good handle on it at this point. And once I get back to the bubble, I'm looking forward to being able to do some videos where I'm doing some bounty hunting or smuggling, that kind of stuff. Which is maybe a little bit more exciting to people than exploration. It really depends. I really like exploring, but I can understand that people generally have like a stronger preference for shoot bangs than for peaceful space journeys. As well use our boost. Yeah, so it looks like it looks really cool from over here, actually, seeing that sort of fog that sinks down into the crater like that and just stays really close to the ground. This is a cool place. I'm glad I decided to stop by here. I've actually been kind of booking it. Like, I've been going really quickly on my way back and not scanning lots of stuff that I did scan on my way out. Just because that's how it is after, like, you know, I keep my voyage up until I start to get super bored, and then it's like, okay, I want to go home now, please. And then I'm kind of tired of scanning things at that point, just start hurrying back, which is fine. You do risk that you may miss some interesting things like this, though, so I'm really glad that I took the time to do this. It's unfortunate we're not finding POIs as I had hoped. Alright, we got something over to our right. That's going to be on the high ground as well, though. Damn it. Well, it could be down in there. It's possible it's just not spawning them in these canyons and it's just not going. I don't think that's the case, though. Like, if it spawns them on super treacherous mountainsides, then surely it can spawn them in canyon systems like this without an issue. That's not going to be somewhere. Oh, it could actually be inside the canyon, but I think it's looking at where the area for it is. I think it's much more likely it's going to be up on the high ground there. Oh, you know what? Let's go down here. Let's go down and land here and find this POI, and then I can drive down into the canyon if I'm so inclined. Assuming the POI is, in fact, not in a canyon and is rather... it may well be down there. May well be down there, or on the slope. We don't want to be pointing directly towards the planet on this 2G world. We want to let our vertical thrusters help us out here. We still got a few hundred meters clearance. That wasn't as dangerous of a maneuver as it maybe looked. We're doing fine. Hopefully I will be able to spot this thing from up here. Could be that over there, or that could just be like a rock. Not really sure. No, I think it's just a rock. I think we're getting near where the edge of that zone might have been. Let's just go ahead and put ourselves down here. No, I need my landing gear, not my cargo scoop, and we will look around inside the SRV. Hopefully, it's down here at the bottom, and I'm not going to have to try and drive up the mountain. So apparently it actually is just that the ground is green, but the ground is more green in some areas than others. That's weird. That's super weird. This is a really interesting place to visit, though. This is cool. Alright. Let's go see if we can't find that point of interest. I'm glad we didn't fail and crash into the ground there and hurt ourselves. It would have been embarrassing. Not to mention, potentially very, very frustrating. Almost looks like there's grass growing here. Like a frozen tundra or something with grass growing on it. Obviously that is not the case, but whatever. So that's probably a rock, not the POI. I'm pretty sure that thing on the far left is my ship. It looks like the POI is going to be in this direction. I'm getting vague hints of something. I'm going to drive off and head in this direction for now. I think this will be the right way to go. It's really nice driving on worlds that aren't... I've landed on a few that were like relatively high gravity, and it's much nicer than it is driving on super low G-points. In fact, this is nice and flat. I can really open up the throttle on the SRV, which is nice, because on those really sort of bumpy low G worlds and stuff, you gotta kind of go slow so you have better traction, but here I can just, well, maybe not going up this hillside, but here I got nice good traction anyway, thanks to the gravity. And we can kind of just go. This is a really nice planet. We're definitely heading in the right direction. It's going to be up here somewhere. Thrusters don't do a whole lot for us on this world. That's okay. We don't need to be doing any sick trick jumps. I mean, they're nice and all, but we don't need to be doing them. This music's lovely. Alright, getting close. It's definitely up here somewhere. Whatever it is we found. What do we have here? Wrecked SRV. Some poor hapless explorer, not as competent as I am, managed to get themselves killed out here. Well, I'm going to be taking these tons of personal weapons. Leave the Bertrandite here. I'm pretty sure that's one of the minerals that is not particularly valuable, but I will take the personal weapons. Now, I'm not quite sure how my vehicle was able to scoop that canister, but it's completely fine. It's completely fine. And the stuff that's landed on planets is all illegal salvage, which I find kind of weird. Anything you find floating in space at salvageable wreckage is illegal salvage. But this stuff is that you find on planetside is always legal, which I think is related to some nautical thing where you're not supposed to take floating cargo, but if it washes up on a beach, you can. It's to do with the difference between flotsam and jetsam, I think. I'm not a mariner, so that could be completely wrong. It's just the impression that I get. While we're here, I'm just going to go break apart a rock or two and see what we get. There's still lots of rare kinds of minerals and stuff that I haven't really found much of, or necessarily found at all, that I would like to check out. So, if we're lucky, we'll find something uncommon. Where we failed on the metal-rich bodies, perhaps this high metal content, with its high gravity, will have some interesting things. Probably not, though. So what do we got? What do we have here? Iron. Carbon and nickel. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find much of interest here, so I'm going to call my ship back. It seems to have left, which I didn't give you permission to leave. But whatever. Come back here, Jack. What a nice planet. Well, I guess we'll leave the video there. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Maybe with some bounty hunting or something in the next video. See you then.